I know that many of you have been struggling with how to create content for your social media channels, some content that speaks exactly to your ideal clients. So if that is you, if you're just like, I don't know what to share, I don't know what to post, I don't know what to do, stick around because we're going to talk about creating content for your social media channels today. Okay, creating content for your social media channels does not have to be rocket science. I promise. It can be actually a lot of fun, a lot of energy creation comes out of creating content for your ideal people. But for those of you who are struggling, you're just like, I hate creating content. I know that I'm supposed to create it. I know that it's important. I know that it's what's going to attract my people, right? But you're just like, I hate content. Well, don't worry. I love content and I've got your back. We are here today to talk about all things content for your social media channels. So let's dive in to 4 things that you can do to create tons of content for your social media channels. Number 1, ask your audience. They are going to be the number one thing that gives you the abundance of content that you are so desperately needing. All you truly need to do is ask your audience. Now, how do you do that? You can ask them via email from your email list. You can ask them in your Facebook group. You can ask them on your specific social media channels. If you have a small following, don't worry. You can still do the ask your audience, okay? Find Facebook groups, find connections and spaces where your niches, where your ideal clients are currently hanging out, and put out feelers. Put out questions that are going to lead to responses. Call to actions are very powerful. Ask them straight up, hey, I do this. What is it that you are looking for help with in this area? Then I want you to use their specific words in your content. Those key words are going to set you leaps and bounds apart from everybody else. I want to know. Tell me below in the comments, have you ever actually asked your audience what it is that they're looking for? I know that a lot of people talk about this and a lot of people are out there going, you should ask your audience, but I truly want to know. Tell me in the comments below if you have ever actually asked your audience what it is they want. If you have, amazing. If this is a new thing for you and you're just like, I don't know what any of that is, that's okay. It's a powerful tool and you want to be able to use it. Number 2, you can ask, and this kind of goes hand in hand with 1. Number 2, but you can ask Facebook groups that are related to your specific wheelhouse what their ideas on XYZ are. Now, this is a little different than just straight out asking them because, hey, I do this. What do you need help with? That's kind of an open-ended. That's kind of going to give you a plethora of different things that you can pull from versus asking in Facebook groups what specific things, giving them a list. I do X, Y, and Z. Which of these things is going to help you in blah, 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 blah succeed, right? So you're going to be able to see which areas of your wheelhouse are going to be most beneficial to your ideal people. So finding groups where your ideal clients are hanging out is going to be extremely important. Now, for those of you who are like, I hate Facebook, I get it. I do. I understand. It can be daunting sometimes. However, it is a very big powerhouse for growing your business. It's a very big powerhouse for finding people who actually need to be paying attention to what you have to offer. So utilize that when necessary so that you can go back to your own social media channels and just stay in your own social media world, right? Number 3, look at your previous content. So what have you already shared? What do you already have out there? What have you already created that has done really, really well? Whether it was attention grabbing, lots of likes, lots of shares, lots of engagement. What is it that you have already put out there that you can repurpose and reuse? Now, in a few weeks, we are going to talk about repurposing your content, so stay tuned. And if you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit that like button. Go ahead and ring that bell so you can get notifications. We have new content that comes out every Monday at 9. So I want to see you right back here. If you've ever got questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments below. But what of your previous content can you use again? Now, does that mean you use it verbatim? You can. Does that mean you always should? No. You want to refresh it. You want to give it some new words. You want to bring it back to life. I share the secret a lot in Mommies on a Mission on Facebook. If you haven't already come and join us, go ahead and do that. We are a wonderful group of mompreneurs growing and scaling our businesses so that we can be home with our kids. But I constantly am looking through my old content and repurposing it. I shared a secret about 3 years ago that we were in the middle of transitioning into a house that we had bought, and things were chaotic. I no longer had a space for an office. I was just kind of working at my bar top stools in our house, which was great in hindsight. But I didn't really have the momentum that I was wanting. I didn't really have the desire to do the stuff that I knew I was supposed to be doing. So what I did is I went through all of my content from the previous year and I refreshed it. All of the things that were really interesting to my ideal clients, everything that was helpful, everything that was sought after, everything that was shared, everything that was engaged on, and I gave it a facelift. If I talked about my kiddo being 1, he was 3. If I talked about how I took mini vacations, I talked about how we were going to the beach all the time, because we absolutely were. We lived 5 miles from the beach and it was glorious. So take what you've already done, see what was engaging, see what was helpful, see what those you are selling to are interested in, and give it a facelift and then reshare it. Now, tell me in the comments below, have you actually gone through all of the previous content that you have ever put out there to see what actually is working and what isn't? Because this is also a very helpful tool to see what direction to take your business in. So give that a thought. If you've done that before, tell me below. If you haven't, you're like, oh my gosh, I love this idea. Let me know that in the comments below too. And then my fourth tip for creating lots and lots and lots of content is if you're just like brain fired out, you have exhausted the market research and you're just like, it's okay, but I want some more ideas, go to Pinterest. My favorite thing is to go to Pinterest and to find quotes. Now, this seems a little silly, but everyone loves to be motivated. That's our biggest thing in business. That's the biggest thing in business building, is that we like to stay motivated. We like to have that little push, right? That little push, the little nudge in the right direction. So what I'll do is I'll go find a really good quote from either another person who has shared it or from somebody, ages ago, all the good things. And then I will create a post around it. Something that is a benefit to my audience, but still based on this specific quote. If you guys are in Mommies on a Mission, like I said, come join us. And on Wednesdays, I do business quotes Wednesdays, which has been really, really fun. And I take a quote and then I build upon it. I give tips and tricks on how to do certain things based on that quote. And then we kind of discuss it. It's a lot of fun. But getting quotes and getting ideas from Pinterest. Now, should you steal stuff? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Be original. Take something and then make it your own. Okay? But these are really simple hacks, if you will, to creating an immense amount of content for your social media channels. But I know that sometimes even that can seem super, super overwhelming. You're just like, Lauren, I know I need to do this, but I want to ease into it. I've got you. I've got you. That's why I put together the 100 Days of Content in Minutes. You can check that out. The link for that will be in the section below. 100 Days of Content in Minutes. It's exactly what it says. I teach you how, in very simple steps, how to create 100 days worth of content in just a few minutes. All you have to do, sit down, map it out, and you have all of your ideas for the next 100 days. Just like that. Absolutely. I've had hundreds of reviews on this, and I know for a fact that it's going to save you lots and lots of brain power. So go ahead and grab that if that is something that you're interested in doing. That's what I've got for you. Don't make content hard. Content can be super fun. It's super helpful, and it's going to set you apart in the business world that you are in. Don't forget, go ahead and like, subscribe, ding the bell, and stay tuned for next Monday for more helpful content. Bye, guys.